I put it in my mouth and I just went floating up into the clouds. That chocolate and raspberry tart is absolutely divine. In fact, I've eaten quite a few chocolate tarts, but right now I can't remember eating a better one.
Matt's dessert today is a chocolate tart with raspberries. He's making his own pastry, and then he's going to pour on his ganache mix and bake it in the oven for a few minutes. Matt's also making a raspberry and vanilla sorbet to go with it.
Great combination of ingredients, lovely flavours, but technically this is a dessert Matt has to get right. We expect perfection in the final when it comes to pastry. That tart has got to be spot on.
I think you should be very proud. You've done a great job in the presentation.
Matt's starter is pan-fried scallops, served with celeriac puree, apple puree, pickled cucumber, garnished with red vein sorrel, and finished with a port and red wine veal jus.
The cooking of the scallops has been very, very well done, very gently sealed and seasoned as well. There's a little earthiness of the creamy celeriac puree and then little batters of apple that just sort of zing in the mouth when you bite through them. It's a very, very good dish, Matt.
I really like the sweetness of the apple that comes through in the apple puree, and then the sharpness of the pickled cucumber just really cleanses. It's very light. I think it's a great start to 3 courses.
I was concerned about the addition of a veal jus, but it's such a tiny amount that you just feel it on the back of your tongue like salt. Almost acts like extra seasoning.
For his main, Matt has cooked fillet of Dexter beef, served on a poached shallot tart with goose fat potatoes, onion puree, girolles, broad beans, baby asparagus tips, and finished with a port wine sauce.
You have such a big chunk of meat there. I wish you'd have been confident enough maybe just to slice it a touch. The beef is incredibly rare, but for the people you're cooking for today, it absolutely works a treat. It's so tender, it almost melts in your mouth. The vegetables are all beautifully cooked. The potatoes have a lovely softness about them.
I was really looking forward to trying one more sauce from you, Matt. The sauce is amazing, as always, and that's all I have left on the palate is that flavour you get. And I really love the shallot tart. I think it's a shame that you hid it under the beef. It's delicious, it's very sweet, you've caramelised the shallots perfectly, and the crispiness of the pastry is still there. It's a little star on its own. Great job.
The cooking is just solid. It's just absolutely solid.
Matt's dessert is a dark chocolate and raspberry tart, topped with raspberry jelly and fresh raspberries, served with strawberry popping candy and a raspberry and vanilla sorbet.
I put it in my mouth and I just went floating up into the clouds. That chocolate and raspberry tart is absolutely divine. In fact, I've eaten quite a few chocolate tarts, but right now I can't remember eating a better one.
That has great pastry, great chocolate ganache, the fresh raspberries, the beautiful freshness of the sorbet that just cuts through the richness of the chocolate ganache.
This is one of my favourite desserts, and I think you've done it justice. I can't fault it. I think it's a delicious looking dessert, and it is as delicious to eat.